all I said on Threads was, no one is more easily triggered than a MAGA voter, such snowflakes. And all MAGA then did was prove me right.
This episode is brought to you by our patron supporters. Today's patron of the day is Andre. Patrons get the show always ad-free and access to the extended episode with bonus content. If you don't want to miss all of that, go to patreon.com/calltheline. That's patreon.com/calltheline.
Yeah, you should do that. We just had 2 line cons. We have another line con coming up in December. We've got some special exclusive merch. You're going to have the first release probably of some of the mug stuff that's coming on. Probably, if we can get everything done in time. It's just a good time over there. And then you get the bonus show. And that's the thing that we do sometimes. We're not promising it today. It probably will happen, but I got to tell you, I don't feel good. I haven't felt good for days. I'm tired of not feeling good. Yeah. And everything right now is a lot. It's all a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it's one of those like feel bads where sitting somehow makes it worse. Like if I'm moving around and doing stuff, I can distract myself from it easier.
Yeah.
And as soon as you sit, it just all is like your head feels like shit and your shoulders are sore and you feel like you need to sleep right now.
Yeah, brutal.
I'm not having a good time. Anyway, this is that show that we do and we're going to make it. And so enjoy this. Welcome, everybody. This is the Lion Heads of Podcast. It is November 24th, 25th, 2025, a Tuesday. It's bloody Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Bloody Tuesday. So the internet still exists, and that's destroying us.
I won't be on Chewed Gum later today because I will be on my way to Hawaii. But
who's filling in for you?
Erika.
Thank you, Erika. I feel like I just did her dirty since we've been talking about Erika Kirk.
I know. Different
Erika Kirk is okay. I honestly, people, if she didn't have the potential to do so much damage, I'd actually start saying back off because this woman is the like. I know that some people are going to take offense to this because they associate this as an immediate positive. There's some neurodivergence there that's making her whack.
I haven't paid attention to her enough to know.
She's like, I mean, you've already seen how performative she is, right? But that her performative instincts are all cliche dog shit. All of them. So like she just did this interview, was it with Megyn Kelly or one of those kind of Republican podcaster clones? I think it was Megyn Kelly. And she was talking about like, do you ever feel angry at God? Because I do. And Erika Kirk does these like very, very present silences. And she'll be like, if I was angry, the enemy would win.
Oh boy. Is that what she said? That was her answer to that question?
Yeah.
Who's
they want me to be angry. Oh, I think she means Satan. But, other people too. If I was angry. She does. It is so like if I was in a movie kind of shit. And it's like, guys, look, a lot of us have that impulse, but holy fucking shit, you are hamming up these performances to 100%.
So your assumption is like the way she's acting is so performative that she must be like studying and regurgitating type thing.
Yeah. It's okay. This is the thing. This is the thing that as an autist, I get to tell people about. Autistic people often speak in cliches and love cliches. You've watched Love on the Spectrum, Connor?
Sure have.
Right? And the way he like always acts like if a camera is on, I don't think he acts this way when the camera's not on, based on my experience with, maybe in certain situations, but based on my experience with other people. And he'll talk with a sort of poetic, I'm on a Shakespeare thing. It's just a crush. Get a hold of yourself. And every now and then he breaks from it when he realizes he said something wild. Like when he was like, he was quoting Futurama. He's like, if cop a feel I must, then cop a feel I shall. He's like, I don't actually know what that means. And they're like, it means grab boobs. He's like, okay, that was not what I meant. So it's a thing that we do. We talk in cliche. I've learned so many cliches, you don't notice it anymore. And I create my own. I enjoy that. Anyway, autistic people tend to, and by the way, I once told this to my partner and she was like, I wish you hadn't broken that glass for me, because now I see it every time I watch Love on the Spectrum. Like I see it so much now when interacting or watching autistic content where I'm like, oh, word. Okay. So this, and so I think she has this sense of like, what is that moment? And you see it when she gets on stage. I think it explains the weird hug. How do I make a very, like, what is my brain's understanding of how to make a hug look very familial and tender? And then people are like, she's boning JD Vance. I think that she did it when she hugged Trump. And then in this interview, very creepy. She's talking about, when it happened, I prayed to God that I would be pregnant, that I would be able to, in the wake of this tragedy, have a miracle.
Were
that
they
I could have another one of his children?
Were they trying?
I don't think they used birth control. I think they were in a state of constant try.
Oh.
I think she said their plan was always for 4. They have 2. And so she was hoping that when she said right away, I think she said like the night it happened, or maybe it was within a few days, but that she was praying to be, and look, people grieve all the way, but we're a couple months out and it's all still the same level of, here, hold my phone and watch me molest my dead husband's yellow formaldehyde hand. Not formaldehyde, but embalmment hand. Like,
have you heard the We Are Charlie Kirk song?
No, but I know they don't call. I know all these Charlie Kirks that they aren't calling. Is it an AI song?
Yes. And it's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Did you know that an AI song topped the country music charts? Isn't that just the worst? But also, we knew it was going to happen eventually. So I'm kind of glad it was country music first. Did it
top the charts ironically?
No, they love it. They love that song. They think it's a bop.
Well, okay, wait. You want to see it?
Are MAGA and conservatives capable of purposeful irony?
No, is the answer to
correct.
Your question. Okay.
Wait, this is AI?
She's singing the song.
Who the hell is Charlie Kirk? Kirk was Jesus' brother.
You got to hold it to the mic.
Hold it closer to the mic or further from the mic? Oh,
in front of the mic instead of behind. No, I think we got it though. That was awful, and I hated it.
This is the AI version.
I literally cannot wait to get an abortion to this song and then become transgender.
Okay, so this just reminds me of who's that creator? So we don't look like we're doing things without attribution or whatever. Who's the person who just said the get an abortion thing?
God, it's so funny. That was on TikTok, and at Lastitian, ALSSTISHEN.
I hope they're not problematic, but Lastitian, there you go. You just got the podcast bump. Enjoy it. Billions are coming your way. My partner and I both ex-Mormon, and the other day I was like, I have a confession. She was like, what? And I'm too good at making her think something serious is actually about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in fairness, I've done it enough that this is a little her fault that she hasn't caught on to the bit. Anyway, I was like, I have a confession. She's like, what? I was like, do you remember that one of the apostles for our old cult was like, I don't believe a person would be capable of sinning if in their brain they were, like in their head, they were singing the song, I am a child of God, which is like a Mormon hymn. I am a child of God and he has sent me here. All their songs that are their originals are all so monotone. Mm-hmm. Has given me an earthly home with parents kind and dear. So it also lies. My parents weren't kind and dear. Anyway, he said that he doesn't think people could sin if they were singing that in their head.
Mm.
And so I was like, I have a confession. Remember that? And she's like, kind of. And I was like, yeah, I can only come if I'm singing that in my head now.
Oh my God. I hope you're lying.
It's now required.
I hope you're lying.
Of course I'm lying. It was a bit. It's a joke. It's a little jokey joke. He said you can't sing, and now I'm like, actually, every time I'm like, I am a child of God. Which, by the way, that's my actual cum facing voice. Hope you guys are adjusting this in the video way.
I believe that. Yeah. I've had the I Am Charlie or We Are Charlie Kirk song stuck in my head every single day since I heard it. So
you know what? I 5 years ago lost a song from my brain that I used to play on repeat all the time from my childhood. And then this motherfucker, John Oliver, goes on his show. Did you watch the show Arthur growing up?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember the episode where the smart kid accidentally creates a Jekyll and Hyde potion?
No.
And then there's the song, Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll. Jekyll, yes, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll. This. You got it now. Yeah. Now you remember.
Oh, no.
Bastard. The bastard.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. What's funny, too, is there's another musical moment in that episode, but I don't remember. Somebody's going to probably comment it maybe because you're a bunch of fucking nerds. But anyway, there was a moment in one of the episodes where one of them's trying to learn how to like spell something, maybe for a spelling bee or something. And he remembers the word as a song. And so it's like, you know, maybe it was assess, or no, that wouldn't be it. I don't know what it would have been because I don't know what the word was, but I remember like he then gets that word at the spelling bee and he sings it and like does a little dance. And I can remember that part where he's like, BOSSRSY. It's not those letters, but those are the ones that like, and his little dance. I just don't remember what it was, but it's stuck in my, like, I can see it and I can kind of hear it, just not correctly. Now it's stuck in there.
Well, listeners, what songs from your childhood get stuck in your head randomly? I would like to know.
Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll. This is the remainder of the podcast today. 48 more minutes. Of Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll.
My sister is a little younger than me, and she was a big strawberry shortcake girl. And so there's been some random songs from the Strawberry Shortcake like animated series that I've gotten stuck in my head, and now I can't think of them. But I've had those. That's been a thing.
I'm going to ask Perplexity. In an episode of Arthur, a character learns to spell a word by singing it. What was the word? Watch it not even be Arthur. What? Okay, Arthur's spelling AARDVRK. I guess that might be it. Hang on. Is that it? Is it aardvark? Yeah. I think that seems right. Let me go to YouTube and type in Arthur spelling aardvark. Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll. You know what? I just typed in Arthur spelling and I got aardvark. It completed it for me. Hang on, I'm watching it now. I don't hear it though. Let's hear it.
VARK.
AARDVRK. VARK.
AARDVARK.
And he's doing his dance, which I guess is the first word in the book. So like, I guess it's lucky that he got that word, because it's the first book in the dictionary. He's like literally right.
Oh yeah, AA, right.
Yeah. I mean, there might be something before that, but it's just him going AARDVARK. AARDVARK. Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll. Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll.
This podcast has really devolved.
And yet I think we're at our peak. I have faith in us. I wrote, no one is more easily triggered than a MAGA voter, such snowflakes. My goodness. The way God. I have 496 comments on that thread.
I need to go look. What are some of the replies?
I like the really long ones. There's 20,000 views. I like the longer you make your quote, even as you try not to sound triggered, you're clearly triggered. This is just projection of the most top degree. The left has been offended by every little thing for 22 years of my life. You created cancel culture, bitch. We're not Fox News. You guys boycott shoes that you own. You set shoes you already bought on fire. You're angry that nobody cares that you're calling them like Nazi and racist all the time. Bitch, y'all got that Christianity. You guys send people to torture for eternity, you little sluts. You're angry that your buzzwords don't work anymore. Sin. That's your buzzword, asshole. And you're saying MAGA voters are the ones that are offended? Ma'am, the left is the party of the emotionally unstable and weak-willed individual. And I wrote, hey, lady, Fox News created cancel culture. They've literally been, Fox News has been giving you some person. You remember when it was like, they were all hating on that woman who advocated for birth control to be included in a healthcare bill? And like Rush Limbaugh's going on shows and be like, so she's a slut, is what you guys are saying. Basically, she's a slut. Remember when he tried to impeach Obama for like everything, the color of his suit?
Right.
Brett.
I'm trying to find that tweet. How long ago or whatever? Oh, never mind. I found it. Oh, no, I didn't.
Right. It's a day old. It's a day old.
A day old? Why isn't it showing up?
That's only a day old. I don't know. Maybe because you're not Republican, apparently.
That's so weird.
Okay, but here's the best one.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Somebody DM'd me.
Oh, I saw that one. Please read it. In
response to it, and wrote, hey girl, Republicans don't get triggered, fucktard. And then a chicken emoji, a shit emoji, and then an eggplant eater piece of shit. You pussy coward lib turds get offended and butthurt about everything, but you cowards won't kick shit off with us. You know you'd lose. So that was fun. I'm getting good DMs lately. You want to hear another one? You want to hear another DM on Threads?
You know what? And this is good because you felt very left out when Promise and I were getting death threats.
Oh, so speaking of, here's one from a guy called Redneck Muslim. And I went to his Instagram, actually exists. Does appear to be a redneck. Okay. I hope you get beheaded. Allahu Akbar. It's too bad you weren't in the Twin Towers on 9/11. I was 11 on 9/11. So what else do you think about 11-year-olds doing? That's wonder. Crazy. Redneck Muslim. Combining my two least favorite groups of people. No, Muslims aren't my least favorite. Islam's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad religion, guys. It's pretty good.
What was I going to say? I don't know. MAGA's a cult. Oh, and also, did you see that now that Twitter can show the location of the accounts that they have? So many of the MAGA accounts that are like verified, and it'll be like pro-American, and it's like
they're all from Hungary.
They're all like Hungary, Budapest, Russia, Africa. Like they're not here. And then some people said it's possible that they're using VPNs, but apparently with a VPN, it shows the location and then an exclamation mark to indicate that it's a VPN. So these are not VPNs. These are people who are literally not in this country.
But it is funny how then there will be people who are like, oh, okay, well, instead we're just going to focus on the one liberal account that I think did this. And then they found one where it was like an individual who clearly travels had was using the Turkish Twitter app, but it even says on there, like, this account originated in the United States. So it's like, this one, like, it could be, but it's not the smoking gun like all of yours are.
There are thousands of accounts that are, like, all, like, not US based. I couldn't believe it. Actually, I could, but it was just very funny to see.
Social media is a mistake. It just is. Like, I can tell. I've basically turned mine into a rage bait for MAGAs. You want to hear some more MAGA rage bait?
God.
Jesus would have voted against Trump. I got 146 comments on that one, but that's nothing. That's nothing. Hypothetically, how many cocks could you fit in Jesus's hand hole?
Okay, that one is insane. That one is insane. Did you get death threats from that?
No, well, I think they're too scared to do death threats these days. They have to pretend, because here's the thing. They're in power. They have all the power. So they're not going, they did way more death threats in the Biden era when they feel like they don't have power.
Right.
Someone wrote, not cool, sacrilegious, needlessly offensive, do better.
Okay. Well,
and I'm sitting here like, bruh, but how do I do better than the point?
On the note of Republicans having control right now, have you heard that there's like whispers of a bunch of House of Representatives that are Republican representatives that are leaving?
What's that?
A bunch of Republican representatives that are leaving office before the midterms.
So the hard part is we don't know if it's true, and that information comes from like the Daily Beast.
It's not from the Daily Beast. It's not.
Daily Wire. Who do you have that info from? Because I've only seen that being reported from the like sensationalists. I've heard there's a lot of upset and there's more people angry, and they're like, you're going to see more Marjorie Taylor Greene defections. But at the end of the day, every time we hear like the adults are in the room, like what's his face, the old Speaker of the House, then a week later he goes down and sucks Trump's dick. So like, I feel like I'm 10 years into hearing about in the background, the Republicans are ready to revolt. And I get it. Marjorie Taylor Greene just kind of did. But she did because she's now already been called out by Trump. She was called a traitor. He said he was going to primary her. And she's a narcissist, let's be honest. And she was like, fine, you fuck me, I'll fuck you. And so I just don't, I see what, I saw the reports of what she said coming from a lot of accounts with Daily in their name. Daily Beast, Daily Wire.
I didn't get it from those. I got it from Midas Touch. But the point is more that the phrasing is important, that there are rumors and whispers of these things. Who knows if that's actually going to happen? But I'm happy that those conversations are happening in media anyway, because I want people to think and understand that MAGA is falling apart. Like I want that story out there. So whether it's like the whispers and the rumors and nothing actually happens, I don't really mind that much about that, because I think it still is a net positive to make it seem like it's all disintegrating.
We'll talk more about that as we come back, more of the ways that like, because MAGA it's going through some shit right now. They're really going through. Hey guys, check in on your MAGAs. You know, they went through a tough breakup and they need your attention right now.
We need to talk about Donny when we're back too, because there's a lot that I would like to
check in on your MAGAs. Check in. Oh, by the way, I don't have much to say, but they dropped that Comey case. So
I saw.
We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by the amazing people on patreon.com/calltheline, where you can get the show ad-free and you get the extended episodes where we do bonus shows, which is most of the time. Head over to patreon.com/calltheline and sign up today. Would you like to be one of the cool people who can
Hey guys, guess what doesn't exist anymore? It rhymes with nothing. Doge. Doge is dead. 8 months left on its charter and it no longer exists. And how much money did it save us? That's the answer. That silence you heard was the answer. It didn't really. It if anything, the cuts they made ended up costing long term and will continue to cost us. And actually, you know, ironically, to the end that the government is meant to function, turns out it's functioning kind of efficiently. Do you know what I mean? Like if you make all those claims that I'll easily within a week be able to identify $2 trillion of cuts, and you go in and you're like, we're talking maybe a few billion, and I'm hearing those aren't going good. Like, kind of like surprising that are we inefficient? Again, to the end that the government is meant to run. We are terribly inefficient in so many ways. In fact, we need to spend more money on getting efficiencies to the point of contact between like the individual who needs something from the government, the citizen, and the government. But in the way it's currently set up to run, apparently there's just not that much waste in it. Otherwise, Elon would have cut it. Would have had his AI find it and cut it. Grok would have been in there like, bye.
Well, and also, there were so many times where Elon was saying, we've saved billions of dollars and blah, blah, blah. And then they would ask for like details. Where did you cut this money and how did you save it? And they would be fudging the reports over and over again, like just literally making stuff up. So, you know, it's a shame because even if there were good intentions, there were not. But even if there were good intentions there, we wouldn't know like what they actually accomplished with, you know, complete transparency. The complete transparency that they insist that they are having, which did you see, oh my God, the press secretary, what the hell is her name?
Caroline Leavitt.
Yes. For some reason, I forget her name all the time, which is crazy because she's so annoying and she's literally everywhere. Also, worst job ever. Why would anyone
a child? She's a child. I can't get over the fact that she is to the point. By the way, the other day, remember I was making a big fuss about finding out Pam Bondi is 60.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to attack me like, she's 27, Jimmy. Get your blonde white women in order. I know they all look alike, but Pam Bondi is not Caroline Levitt.
That's really funny. Yeah. So, but did you see Caroline Levitt responding to, I don't think we talked about this last time, responding to someone, a journalist asking about the quiet piggy thing. And her response was, you should all be so grateful that we have a president who is wanting to be transparent. You have had more transparency in this administration than you ever have had. Can you fucking imagine that being your response? Like in a way, she's brilliant because how the fuck did you spin it like that?
Yeah, I saw the big bald guy who looks kind of like the bad guy Kingpin from the comic books on CNN this week being asked a question. I want to say it was about releasing the Epstein files, and he made it about immigration. He was like, and the thing that they're not talking about is the 20 million illegal border crime. I'm like, brother.
I've also seen more in the past couple of days than I ever have. Well, why didn't Biden release the files? I know we talked about this like a little bit last week, so we don't need to belabor the point.
That was one of my threads. Literally, I have thousands of people responding, which my answer every time is like, probably corruption. There's probably some corrupt reason. Now, are you ready to answer? Like, is Biden president right now? Did Biden actively obstruct their release? Were they undergoing a process by which they could be released? And did he stop them from being released? Is that what happened?
I think it's also important to remember that Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. Some people voted for him in part because he was going to release the Epstein files. So yeah, I'm going to hold him accountable to the thing that he promised to do. I don't remember and also I'm fairly certain that the timing of the Epstein files during the Biden administration was it wasn't available during his entire administration. There was a period of time where he could have, but they were also it was ongoing, I think, in the beginning, right?
Sure, but there was a period of time that the non-corrupt answer would be in the maybe up to a year or so that he could have released him. He didn't because it would look like election interference, which is consistent with Merrick Garland's character. Merrick Garland famously put off arresting Trump for the file problem that he has and other issues like the obstruction of justice recommendation from Robert Mueller. He put all of that off. Basically saying if we're going to do it, we're not doing it until after the election because he's a candidate. We don't want to look like we're trying to interfere with the election. That's actually a reasonable explanation. But you know what? I'm also fine with anyone who says, I think it's because there are people in the files he wants to protect. Great. Now, why did Trump?
Yeah.
Just admit that and it's funny because I have 2,300 comments on my one asking, Trump has had 300 days to do it and has refused and obstructed. Why hasn't he? And of those 2,300, the majority are, why didn't Biden? And it's first of all, you guys know this question has been answered, right? By the way, I also love that Republicans will try to actually you, but they don't know anything.
Yes.
So I made the post. TBH means to be honest, people. I know I'm a Gen Z god, so you all might not be able to keep up with my Gen Z acronyms. TBH. Charlie Kirk wasn't good at debate.
Oh, I saw that too. I said, wow, you really are on a warpath, huh?
1,500 comments and a high number of them going, you're not good at grammar because they don't know that debate is also a noun. I assume that's what they're saying, that I should have said not good at debating, right? Debate is also, you can be a part of the speech and debate team.
Yes.
And he kind of is. He does debate for a living, but debate also as a verb.
For a living?
Well, kids, unprepared children who, and I know some people are going to be like, you do the same thing. Bruh, it's not my fault kiddies call in, right? The adults can call in. You can send us your best.
We usually also try not to have someone under 18. And if
certainly, but when I say kids, I mean college kids.
Yeah.
And when a kid got up there and he had the crowd control. First of all, one thing we don't have is a fucking crowd of a couple thousand people there to cheer like every answer we gave was genius.
Yeah.
We don't have a producer in our ear feeding us lines to say. Mm-hmm. And then you would see anytime people would get on him, he'd stop trying to engage in any honest way. He'd just like gish gallop. He would like make little quippy lines. He would say things that weren't even remotely related to shit. I mean, like what he was doing when he died. But when he went to Cambridge and he didn't have the crowd on his side and he had to actually debate on the merits and you had these further along students coming and debating him, he got fucking wrecked, son, because he can't handle it. He can't handle the heat.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm loving that there is like a blockade on debating Andrew Wilson from anybody who matters right now. Have you heard about this?
No.
Jubilee canceled his thing because no prominent person would debate him. Like Dean and Parker, apparently, which that we're considering those the elite. Okay. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
As far as like Jubilee goes, like Dean and Parker make sense. Like, you know, they're from there. Are they?
And that didn't Parker get started debating Jordan Peterson on Jubilee? And Dean got started debating, at least the first time I saw either of them.
I've seen them through TikTok. Like they go live literally all day.
But I thought that was like where they got their like popped off. I don't know. I'm old, dude.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like
I don't know what TikTok does.
I thought they were already kind of like on their uprise, and I'm sure that helped even more.
Yeah, but, I think one of the youngins who I actually kind of like, I just don't think it's one of those, worked for Pac-Man for a while, and then I think he still does nice things with Pac-Man, but I'm pretty sure he caught liberal vibes and was like, I think I need to go on my own. I don't know. I could be wrong. He's like, liberals kind of not doing enough for these days, guys. Liberalism kind of got us here, so let's maybe grow the fuck up.
Well, back to the Andrew Wilson thing. That is hilarious. Yeah. It also is very validating because anytime they've harassed me and promised to go on, like my most recent response, I just bit my lip, so it might be bleeding. The most recent response that I had was like, I'm not going on your podcast where you are misogynistic, racist. Like, I would never bring myself to that level. Why would I be in that environment? Why would I ever do that? And so to have people who are way bigger than me, like have platforms that are massive and also like based in politics. Like my platform is like, it is sort of politics, but it's more sex related and relationship related. And like some of it can be lifestyle, whatever. For Parker and Dean and like people who are straight up debating politics and their whole thing is debate, for them to also be like, fuck that guy, I'm not doing it. I hope that sends a really strong message to Andrew Wilson, that the entire community of people who actually want to have reasonable, honest debates will not do it with you because you suck.
Sometimes when you are potty training a child, they've already learned all the skills and they know how to do it. But let's say they're like watching TV, they're watching Bluey, and they're just like, oh, I'm not going to go now. I'm not going to go now. And then mom comes in and is like, Bastion, what did you do? And Bastion immediately knows she picked up that he pooped his pants, and he looks up and he has this smile. And most of us get rid of that smile as we grow old. But that is Andrew Wilson's face. Every time he thinks he's winning, every time he gets defensive, every time he gets emotional. I will debate Andrew Wilson live, not in person because I don't do in person because of the health stuff. It's complicated, but live. I'll debate Andrew Wilson live if they put down the condition he's not allowed to smile for the whole debate.
Well, we've offered like debating him before and he won't ever do it. He won't do it. I mean, also saw.
I'm calling. Yeah, you can call in and debate us anytime. But I know you want the side by side. You want us in the same window. Whatever. As long as you agree that every time you smile, you have to give us $5,000. I'll waive the fee otherwise.
Oh my God!
$5,000 every time you smile. You got 30 seconds to reset each time.
I have. I saw a clip recently where he was talking to a woman who I don't know, like what I didn't. It was just a clip. So like,
Ulick Sniz, is that the one?
What
is it? The Ulick Sniz woman, where the woman is pointing out he's hypocritical about his trad wife things, his traditional
Yes,
values
and
thing.
he freaked the fuck out. That was,
And he's moving his head like that. You lick sniz.
that was, what is sniz? What is that?
Pussy. So Andrew doesn't lick pussy, I guess. I don't know. Like I literally, of course I saw it. I threaded about it. Hang on. What did I write? I wrote, never hurt Andrew Wilson's feelings. He'll accuse you of sexually satifying your partners in unselfish ways.
Wait,
Don't bring up his hypocrisy. He might call you kind.
Shut up. Wait, how long ago did
That
you?
was yesterday. Or it says a day ago. I don't know exactly.
That's so funny.
Like, and he does the smile first, and she is literally making an actual valid point. Like, don't talk shit about my wife. It's like, she doesn't have a problem with him having her having other baby daddies. Now, here's the thing I would say to her if I knew her, and I don't. But I would be like, hey, so like, listen, I know people were calling you out because it was making it seem like you think that's bad. You've already corrected that, and that you were like, you don't have a problem with that. You have a problem with him being a hypocrite. He abuses women with these problems, but it's okay for her. And I want to say to her, like, just for the record, he might not technically be a hypocrite because I have a feeling he's not very good to her about that. I have a feeling that comes up. Yeah. I have a feeling he makes her feel like shit all of the time about it. So he might actually be consistent as he has his, which it's really weird too. Some of the hills he's chosen to die on. Like he had like a debate last year where a clip came up where he's trying to make a guy explain to him, why should I not be allowed to debate freshly 18-year-olds? And you're like, why die on that hill when you're already married to a woman with 2 baby daddies other than you?
But also,
you don't need to.
You're allowed to debate whoever you want, but isn't he like in his 30s? So
Andrew Wilson doesn't look a day over 62. Legit, is he my age? That's gonna really fucking bum me out. Please, everybody in chat. Hang on, let me push my pecs out. Please tell me if I look older or younger than Andrew Wilson. I'm gonna need
certainly younger, but I would like to know how old he actually is.
That dude fucking sucks.
He really is such a weenie.
He's just, and it's funny because I know at some point, since we're in the same, he's probably going to hear me talk shit and demand some shit happen. I don't know. Maybe he won't. No, not the CEO of Electronic Arts. I mean, the fascist.
Oh my God, that's funny. So let
me finish by that. I know he's going to probably at some point find out that not only do I have a big platform, but I'm behind a bunch of people with big platforms, and he's going to want to come at me. And this is going to be the hard part is I'm going to be talking so much shit, but I find him so unappealing as like, what will be edifying about that debate? Like what would be the like positive of, I don't know. There's some version of it I will probably end up doing one day. I imagine maybe.
Here's the thing,
but
and
also
the way that I would
fucking face. Sorry,
the way that I would see that going down is it would have to be like Andrew Wilson, and like he could choose a handful of other people to join him on like his side of the debate, and then we would get to choose people on our side of the debate. And like, can you fucking imagine like Matt and Forrest like absolutely have like handing his ass to him? I mean, obviously you too, but like that would be gorgeous.
I don't think Forrest pairs well with. Forrest is good at certain things. I don't think he would actually fare that well in that debate. Matt's already tried to debate him, and they went to that terrible channel, Modern Day Debate, and they agreed to debate on a topic. And Andrew immediately went, "I'm just going to concede that Matt's right on that topic." And now I want Matt to justify that men can be women, and started attacking Arden essentially. And Matt was like, "And now I'm leaving because I agreed to one debate, and you tried to bait and switch. Fuck you."
Scum of the earth. So actually,
apparently his age is a secret.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. Which is funny because apparently also at one point he said to a debater who was 22 that he's probably younger than him.
Okay, well that's not. Well, when was it, I guess, but that can't be true.
Yeah, that was like last year. So Andrew Wilson, like, don't become a white supremacist at the very least, because you're not going to be winning any arguments that you are like from the the best race, that you are genetically superior to anybody.
Wait, so this is so crazy because if you look up Andrew Wilson, there's a journalist who's 64 and an actor who's 61. And then like you literally can't find his age. Whatever, Andrew Wilson. That's crazy. But then also
that will be a condition if ever I'm like thinking about
think he's
it.
40.
What's that? I see somebody made a video called Andrew at 19 versus Andrew at 40, but I don't think that for sure confirms.
No, definitely
I don't
not.
know. That's a condition of if we ever debate the smile thing and you must release your age.
That's so funny.
He was complaining to that one girl that he recently debated about, and none of you guys will debate me. And he's like, yeah, because you're nobody to us. He's like, oh, and then he starts doing how many followers do you have? What about when you go live? How many? And it's literally like, bro, fucking that this matters to you. That this brings a guy with 23 subscribers the other day tried to shit on me for not having enough subscribers. I was like, bro, between all of my platforms, I'm crossed 600,000. On just the one that you have a link to, I'm at 350,000. I think it's more than that. I don't actually know what it is. I actually don't care. But the juxtaposition of somebody saying how many, first of all, subscribers don't matter. Views matter. Like how many people actually consume your stuff matter. Subscribers is an old metric. It used to tell you something. It doesn't really tell you those things anymore. But I mean, whatever. I don't care. But I legit, I'm like, I want it to be consumed by some number of people. I want to see that we're having an impact. In all of the ways I need it to be, I find our job very worth doing. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to make follower count mean a person's like point of view is worth something, my boy, you have 23.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
we can't even say 24 yet.
I think that like follower count is also for some people, it reminds me of the way that people talk about like money, where there's a value assigned. A value assigned to it. Like you are a better, more important person because you have followers. You're a better, more important person because you have money. It's like, that's not how that works.
Right.
And I also, I was thinking about this and I mostly just want your opinion. So I did 2 videos where I reacted to Brett Cooper videos and they've done well. And so now I don't want to do another Brett Cooper. Someone put that video, my video, in her Reddit. So I haven't checked the comments because I don't want to know. But whatever. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the views. But I wouldn't
be that worried. I don't think she has that big of a community that you have to be like.
She has 1.6 million on YouTube.
That she got because she was at Ben Shapiro's thing. But how's her active like daily view count? I could be wrong. I don't know.
Did she? I thought was she Jubilee? No, she did. There was another thing that she did before, and I can't remember what it was.
But I don't know.
Whatever. But so she those videos, whatever they're out there and I like them and I'm going to keep them there forever. I was thinking, should I? Because one of the things that Andrew Wilson or whoever it was in my DMs was saying to me was that I'd only watched clips of the Whatever podcast. And that's why I think that they are misogynistic and whatever. I'm like, clips that you put out? Clips that you and your team put out? Okay. And I was like, you could never clip a single thing from my platforms that would sound as heinous as anything that you've said, even if you tried. Yeah. Which I'm not requesting that to be a challenge, but but I do think it might be interesting to watch an entire episode of the Whatever podcast and react to it because I've never watched it.
You have to be careful with it though. They'll copyright strike you if they can, obviously. I mean, they tried to get that one girl who absolutely wrecked the main guy to give money back because she was posting the clip of her being like the standard of beauty is age. That's the standard you all measure on. Yeah. I was disappointed when I went and followed her. I was like, I thought I'd be getting more of this. This is a lot of slop. A lot of, not AI slop, but like, this is a lot of like, she's great for her audience. Mm-hmm. But she's not really a political, like, it's not a lot of politics. It's a lot of like random
I didn't go to her personal stuff, so I don't know. I also, now that I've like said that idea out loud, the last thing I fucking want is them to be on my ass again. They just have left me alone recently. I don't want them in my business.
Because Andrew, I think, is popping off a little bit. And I think they're like really trying to lean into that as much as they can. When it's funny, because you can see in the dude's face, who's the main host, that he often doesn't like the way Andrew behaves. Do you know what I mean? Like there are
He behaves
times
like a fucking animal.
but you can also tell he's too much of a pussy to like try and say anything, try and like reel him in or anything. You can see it's just, I don't know. It's wild that like, it doesn't surprise me that I'm not even joking. That remember that guy, the voicemail guy who called in and was like being shitty, like, tell Matt I say he's a fat piece of crap and you should just go back to wet it.
Oh yeah, I remember you sent me a really funny.
In one of those times he called, he literally was talking about like, you guys could never debate Andrew Wilson. That's why Matt went away because he was scared. And I'm like, the thing is that millions of those people do exist.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Andrew's, he found him.
Sure did.
Him. He got him. He found those guys.
Sure did.
He's just not an impressive man. All right, let's do another ad break and then talk about actual news when we get back. We never really got into Mamdani. We didn't get into Marjorie. Did we get into Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning? I don't think we did much of that.
Not really.
We should talk about
I'd
some
also like to say, for the record, your impersonation of the guy who called is not you making fun of him. That's legitimately what he sounded like.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm nailing the impression.
Yeah, that was.
If anything,
that is
like,
exactly what he sounded like.
If there were periods when we were talking to each other that you couldn't hear that we were both speaking at the same time, I would not have blamed a single person for being like, that's Jimmy. That's clearly Jimmy doing a character. Like I can hear
hard to actually, but it was the pronunciation was like separated you guys, but whatever.
No, I know. Not that they would think it was just me, but that it's one of the, because I do voices, that it's a character I'm doing.
Yeah.
You guys, is this what you do? You just sit there and you insult people after he had said, tell Matt he's a fat piece of crap. And then I responded with some I don't remember what it was. The man said my voice was annoying. So I was literally like, hey, buddy, I'm not going to go into it, but that maybe isn't an insult you want to throw out there. Are you serious? We will be right back.
We will be right back.
Would you like to be one of the cool people who can prove they were supporting this podcast right from the beginning? Well, you can. Head over to linemerch.com. That's linemerch.com and pick up some founders merch for The Line Has a Podcast that will only be available for a short time and features the rough draft drawn logo that soon will be updated to look less like it was drawn by a 3-year-old. That's linemerch.com.
I will say, I wish people would hit subscribe more. It sometimes frustrates me a little bit because it does increase our collaboration power if they would hit subscribe. It we're going to be leaning harder into like actual VS versus actual like on-screen two people debates here in the year 2026. And so it would be nice because it is a little bit whack that like, last month, we did 2.2 million views on The Line. Mm-hmm. We've done we did half that, which this should embarrass you guys, but I'll let it slide. We did half that on my channel, 1.1 million. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. I get it. There's different metrics also, like getting a vertical live. Maybe it's a little bit, but guys, come on. I'm hosting every one of those ones and I'm doing 50%. All of you guys should be a little embarrassed. You guys need to work.
Listen,
I'm embarrassed.
Should I start going to Chewed Gum Topless? I don't know.
You threw it out there. I didn't. But we are going to be launching a new platform by which you can consume the rest of the show, other camera angles. Okay. We joked about that with Addie actually. Like, what if we did an episode where it's like a collab, us on ours, and then you on your special place. Mm-hmm. And we have two different camera angles.
Oh my God.
Where it's like.
She would probably make a killing that day.
I think so as well. We did about 1 million views on The Line Edge where we just post comments or clips, only clips. So, that's 4.3 million views in a month. Would it be nice if our subscriber numbers reflected that a little bit better? Yeah, of course it'd be nice. again, it increases our collaboration power. I would love it. Maybe we should try and do a little surge for the end of the month, end of the year, because we're currently 12 subscribers away at the time of this recording from 187,000. So we could, in theory, close 200 before 2025 ends, which we are on the cusp of. Isn't that fucking crazy? We are closing in.
Love it.
Have you thought about your mug because we got to get the mugs done?
No, I need to think about what I want to do.
We probably got to get that design like locked in today so y'all can start ordering your mugs.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll think about it. I'll come up with something. There's something. There's something noodling around, I'm sure.
Why don't we, in the bonus show, come up with your mug idea? What your mug will be.
Sure.
I love that.
Do we want to talk about Mamdani and flirting with him?
Dude, I am so conflicted about that shit that happened because Mamdani and Trump meeting, what I posted about, I took a picture of the meeting at the time it was happening and I was like, I'm conflicted. I get it, but I hate it. Because they look like they were there palling around. It is weird. Donald Trump does this thing. And I think in his mind, he's like growing up and stuff. You stand for the president. You stand as a sign of respect. So he thinks it like is a clear power establishment if he's sat at the desk and he makes everybody else stand.
Yeah. I think it makes him look old.
Small.
Yeah.
Small. It brings out his hunch. He always has to do this lean around thing. It makes him look like shit.
Yeah, he should stop doing that. Or maybe he should keep going. I don't give a shit.
Do what you're going to do.
I didn't think that. I think Mamdani looked like he was trying to strike and I think he successfully did, strike a balance between like being respectful because he is the president, unfortunately, whether we like it or not. And also being clear. Like when the journalist asked him if he thought that Trump was a fascist, and Trump gave him the opportunity to be like, yeah, you're a fascist. And Mamdani was like, well, it's like it would be different, I think, if that interaction happened. And he was like, no. That's so different. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. My biggest confusion now is why was Trump like that?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I have a theory. And every person I've given it to so far has gone, okay, got it. That sounds right. Think about when Mamdani won.
Yeah. Who
became famous after Mamdani won in his orbit that we hadn't really heard much about before that?
In Trump's orbit?
No, in Mamdani's orbit.
I don't know. Who?
His wife.
Oh,
and
yes.
His wife.
Love her.
Is a fox. Okay, I don't know how to say it besides that. His wife is a 10 out of 10.
Indeed.
Okay, his wife's hot. I think Donald Trump found out after the election that Mamdani's got a fox for a wife. And I think Donald Trump respects anybody who has a hot wife.
Maybe.
I think it's that simple. I think Donald Trump was like, he polls. What can I say? He polls, okay? Frankly, he polls. I think that's it.
I guess.
Also, what are you going to do when you meet him? He's so handsome. He's so spry. But his lines are brilliant about the like, look, man, I ran on what you ran on. We have different reasons we have different ways of going about it. But at the end of the day, I didn't go and ask the Democrats what to run on. I went and asked Trump voters. And they told me it was about affordability. So I ran on what you ran on. Clearly, you feel like we both think this is the thing that sucks. You because you know it's going to be popular, and me because I actually care about people. Mine comes from empathy. Yours comes from opportunity. And then you just don't do anything and you gaslight people and it's you're doing great. You're doing the economy. The prices are so low. They're so low, even though your grocery bill is so high. Frankly, it's actually low. Do. You are in the twilight zone. Do. Anyway, what are you going to do? Like, I think he probably sat there and was just like, can I harvest his adrenochrome? Can somebody get in here? Can we get that blood out of it? Put it into me.
But I just feel like Trump behaving the way that he did is such a weird signal for his party and for MAGA. Like, I haven't seen a ton about like how MAGA has responded. I'm sure that they're just doing like, well, he's playing 4D chess, blah, 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 whatever.
That is basically, it's also they're framing it that their meeting was a versus and definitively Trump won. Tell you the truth, the liberals are doing it a little bit too. Like, here's how Mamdani made him his bitch. And it's like, the way you guys frame everything is fucking crazy at this point. And so, but no, yeah, Republicans are posting the thing of them of them standing together in one of the angles where Trump appears to be straight up and Mamdani has a slight lean. So they do the like dotted line through it.
Oh my God.
Here it is. Here's the body language alpha proof, guys. Here it is. Here it is.
I can't.
Fucking yokels.
Yokels.
Fucking yokels.
Wow. That's crazy. And then I guess, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned. So that's interesting. I guess what is she gonna run for that she resigned?
Oh, I think she's going the podcast route. There's more money there.
You think?
Yeah. She's already made millions of dollars doing the insider trading. She probably has all of the apparatus set up with friends in Congress that she can get all of those tips still. So she can continue to insider trade. But yeah, I don't think she's going for Senate. I don't think she's going for, because I think she was worried she'd embarrass herself now.
Yeah.
I think now it's going to be a nice, comfy Newsmax or Fox News recurring consultation gig, a podcast.
But who's going to be her base? Because the Republicans are not so hot. I can't imagine that they're like.
Some of them are lamenting losing her. That part is true. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. She's definitely not moving to the Democrats. Like, even when you read her resignation, it shit talks a lot of pro-choice stuff and the Democrats in general. She's still MAGA. She's still America first. I think she's trying to play a long game because there is a little bit of math she can do and just go like, I am gonna outlive him.
Right.
He will die. And at that point, a lot of people are going to be lost and I can potentially gather some. But it is quite the thing to then stake your shit on the treatment of women because they don't care about them. Like, what are you doing? Like you're talking about that it's very sexist, it's very boys club, and the whole Epstein thing. Like, lady, they are not coming for you. Like, I don't know what you're doing here, lady.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That'll be I'm interested to see what her journey, where her journey will take her, and what the name of her podcast will be, and if she has merch.
And lasers in space.
Lasers in space. How did we get there?
Remember, she believed in Jewish space lasers.
No.
That was there's a video from like 10 years ago, before she was a thing. Which and them Jews got them lasers up in space. She didn't say Jews, but it was implied. Apparently, by the way, on the Megyn Kelly thing, I didn't see this part. She did defend her hug with JD Vance, saying that touch is her love language, which is usually something you talk about with your romantic partners. But what's that?
Megyn Kelly defended, or
no? Erika did. Erika Kirk.
Okay.
Sorry, did I just say she and not establish where we were?
Yes.
My brain did that. I just cut out the last 50 minutes and we're back here. Erika Kirk defended and she was joking that she would have had less hate if she'd touched the back of his ass instead. That her hands should have been lower. That because it was on the head, she got like all the hate. If she had literally grabbed his ass, people would have been
how could you possibly think that?
Yeah. I think it's a joke. I think it's just the purposeful hyperbolizing. Joking.
I'm not used to that crowd joking, honestly.
Right. And she's not used to getting jokes, so making jokes is weird. All the Mark Kelly stuff and the government, the Trump posting that seditious behavior punishable by death, and then pretending he wasn't talking about the news of the day as everybody was calling it seditious for Mark Kelly and other individuals to tell the military to defy illegal orders as they are allowed to do. He is very specific that he says illegal orders. Anyway, I guess the Pentagon's now investigating that. What do you know? What else? What other news should we hit before we call it a damn day?
I don't know. I think that's kind of it. Those are the big things.
Okay.
Right? And
Yeah.
James Comey, that case being dropped.
Yep, and Letitia James dropped. The lawmakers said they were illegal cases. However, they were released without prejudice. Therefore, the government can try again. So they will. They are going to try again.
Yeah.
Donald Glover revealed that the reason he canceled his tour last year was he had a stroke. That made me sad.
Whoa. I didn't see that.
Young guy. He's only a little bit older than me.
Yeah, he is young. That does make me sad. Poor
I
guy.
liked him a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
He performed post-stroke, by the way. He said, he was like, yeah, I had this really bad headache. I was down in Texas. I performed with a terrible headache. We went to Houston from there. I don't remember where he was before, Dallas or Austin or something. So I went from there to Houston, stopped by the hospital. They're like, he had a stroke. And he was like, this is the funny thing, because I know every time I start to get really sick and I'm like, oh, what if I'm going to have to do this or take time off? Immediately my thoughts are like, and I'm on a much smaller scale than him. Like, who am I letting down here? Who's going to have to pick up all that? And apparently he's like, I had a stroke. And my first thought was, this is going to disappoint so many of my fans. I'm going to be letting them down so much. And you're like, bruh, come on, fucking people. Let people
but you
be
know
allowed
what?
to have strokes.
I feel like being a person who's very successful in industries like that, if it were easy, everyone would do it. I think a part of it is obviously like a little nepotism. I don't think there's like a single music artist who like is not super successful that didn't have like a touch of nepotism somewhere in there. But I have heard over and over and over again that the people who are wildly successful are people who are like that, who are like in the midst of having a stroke and they're like, and what will the fans, like, what will they do? You know, it's like one of my
wildly successful until they die young.
Right. One of my friends works on Ariana Grande's team, and she said that she's never seen a person more obsessed with work in her life. Like, it's frightening. And like, you really don't, you know, it's the sacrifice that you have, you know, to be successful is to like, well, you have to be insane.
Still not going to top that one guy who's the only I'm trying to remember where it was, but John Oliver featured him. That one guy who works 15 hours a day at a public radio station, basically like the local NPR. 15 hours a day because he's the only employee. So he does all of the broadcasts. He does all of the field work, all of the tech, he produces, edits, everything. He does the whole 15 hours a day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to leave now because we're going to go to the bonus show.
Okay, bye.
We're going to go to the bonus show. We're going to talk about, we're going to design a mug for Alyssa. Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of good inside jokes that I have on Chewed Gum.
Yeah. Well, somebody's going to want, should I just do the podcast topless? Was that it? Or the show topless? Somebody will want that. How many mugs, if we sell,
oh my God.
if we sell enough mugs, I'll do it topless, guys. It'll be me there.
I think
in my hairy
that's
chest.
Not going to sell very many mugs.
Why do you think that, Alyssa? Why do you think that? Could you be more specific about why you feel that way? That that's not going to sell very many mugs. If it was me who was topless, could you go ahead and just could you lay that out?
I'll explain in the bonus show.
Okay, we're going to the bonus show. That was the entire show. Sorry, bye.
Bye. Sorry.